Now finding Heather's heroes. The Target 12 investigators are searching for the Rhode Island couple who helped this woman survive a mass shooting.
They grabbed me, we went and hid in a shipping container, and we were in there for probably 15-20 minutes waiting for the shots to stop.
Heather Simonson is from Oregon. She was at the Las Vegas concert shooting last October where a gunman killed 58 people and wounded more than 400.
Heather and the friends she went with were not injured, but she says mentally she's still haunted by what happened that night.
She wants to find the strangers who pulled her to safety, to say thank you, and to find some closure. Target 12 investigator Walt Buteau has the exclusive details.
The memory of that Sunday night is still painfully fresh for Heather Simonson. She tells us in an interview from Oregon she's determined to find the couple who got her out of the line of fire. It was 5 minutes after 10 on October 1st.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, that's gunfire.
Heather Simonson was at the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival with her friends, who she takes road trips with a couple of times a year. But she recalled being a bit nervous as the weekend in Vegas approached.
With all the shootings that have gone off, I said, that's what I worry about. And then it happened.
We have an active shooter. We have an active shooter inside the fairgrounds.
It happened on the last night during the final act. 490 feet and 32 floors from the music, Stephen Paddock was armed with 16 rifles. Simonson was hanging out with her friends until a stranger spilled a drink down her back. So she walked away from the crowd and her friends. That's when she returned to hang out with the couple from Rhode Island she met earlier that night.
I could listen to them talk all night. They were just like, it's like I'd known them forever. I mean, we just clicked and was showing each other dog pictures and, you know, my husband and her grandkids.
Do you think they saved your life?
I honestly believe that. Because if they hadn't grabbed my arm that night and said, Heather, you're coming with us, I probably would have ran back into the venue looking for my girlfriends. And who knows what I would have ran into.
They found an open shipping container where they hid while the gunfire continued for about 10 minutes.
We heard people screaming, running. We could hear he's reloading, and there was 5 of us in there.
The 2 Rhode Islanders told Heather their names, but with all the chaos and trauma, she forgot. Here's what they looked like. The husband is in his early to mid-50s, about 5 feet 9 inches tall, with a medium build and salt and pepper colored hair. His wife in her mid-40s, about 5 feet 7 inches tall, with long dark hair. Simonson added that those Rhode Islanders were frequent concert goers. There's more information about her quest to find them on WPRI.com. With the Target 12 investigators, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.
This investigation continues on Eyewitness News at 6.
Heather tells us about her fight for survival and those frightening 10 minutes inside that shipping container while they waited for the gunfire to stop.
New details in a Target 12 investigation, finding Heather's heroes. A woman from Oregon came to us for help in finding a Rhode Island couple she credits with saving her life during the concert shooting in Las Vegas last October.
And new at 6, the tense moments of survival, hiding inside a shipping container for 10 minutes of terror during the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. Target 12 investigator Walt Buteau with the exclusive details.
Simonson went with 4 friends to the concert and none of them was injured. But after she was separated from her group, she credits this unknown Rhode Island couple with saving her life. With 1,100 rounds fired into the packed crowd.
Hear this noise.
Heather Simonson remembers there was nowhere to run. The Rhode Islanders she had just met grabbed her by the arm, and together they found an open shipping container and shut the door.
We heard people screaming, running. We could hear he's reloading.
She recalls one of the 4 others hiding in the container held her and said a prayer as the gunfire continued outside.
And all of a sudden we hear this bang on the container. We all kept quiet because we didn't know if it was the shooter or not.
She blames the trauma on why she cannot remember the Rhode Islanders' names.
Hang on. Not knowing if I was going to see my family again.
A few minutes after the gunfire started, she called her husband.
He was on the phone with me and heard all the gunshots. And he said, you need to get out of there.
Eventually, that's what they did, running into the open concert area and hitting the ground if they heard gunfire. She never saw the couple again, but remembers what they looked like. The husband is in his early 50s, about 5 feet 9 inches tall, medium build, with salt and pepper colored hair. His wife in her mid 40s, about 5 feet 7 inches tall, with long dark hair. Target 12 did receive a couple of tips online and also a phone call, and we're working with Heather to see where that new information might lead us. With the Target 12 investigators, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.